So I think for now we're actually just going to use this microphone. Should be fine. Oh, you don't need to be recording that this whole time. Hey Siri, set wall pink.
Okay, done. seconds to start a video. Well, that didn't work. So or maybe I'll save it for the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think YouTube, it looks like we're technically live. There was originally like a button to actually like go live previously, and it looks like they've removed it, so it's like as soon as you start sending the stream, you're live.
Oh, cool. That's fine.
And no one has found it or anything yet. I haven't like posted anywhere that it's up or anything.
I haven't either. Yeah. So well, we might want to start doing that. I had somebody today ask for it actually.
Oh, cool.
So, but I don't actually know what it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can share a direct link to it. Or you can just tell people to search for Rehearsal Insiders.
I could tell her, yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I could share it on,
certain I can share this.
I could share it on,
okay, so I can copy that link, and then I could go into Facebook, which I have on another browser. Oh no, I have two Firefox windows.
Incognito window.
No, it's one for taxes.
Oh.
And another for...
Do you do your own taxes? Like TurboTax or?
It sucks, but yes.
Yeah.
I used to not do my own taxes, and I got audited twice because the accountants at BDO, which is like a Scotiabank thing, made mistakes.
Oh.
So like I got audited for like $22.03 one year. It's like there's no possible way it was worth the government's like time and money that it spent to audit me to like tell me that I owed like $20 more. So I haven't been audited for like 3 or 4 years since I started doing my own taxes actually.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because you're self-employed, you pay the lump sum at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, right. I think it's like it has something to do maybe with the relative complexity of my taxes because I'm like self-employed as well as like employed by the university as well as it's another company called Encore. So it's like there's like
which one's your main work? Which one is your other work?
It comes to like sort of deep philosophical questions.
And the university gives you a T4, so that one ends up being your T4. But then you have to do the other income line, and then the self-employment, and then you have to show this is your like working room at your home, and so you can expense it. And how much of it can be expensed? It's like 15% of something. Like the last time I remember, it was like
unless
10.
You bought this thing after like this year at this date or something.
Well, that's true if you But this is your office, so you can expense a portion of your rent. Yeah. Right?
A portion of my rent, a portion of my hydro, a portion of my...
Cell phone?
Cell phone, yeah.
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah.
And heating, which is separate here because it's on natural gas. But,
okay. Yeah.
It wasn't. So I sent you the link, and if you go to that link...
Sorry, you sent me the link?
Yes. On Facebook Messenger. Now, if you go to that, maybe just turn your sound down. Otherwise, we might have...
I don't know how to turn the audio off on this thing. Oh my god. I don't know how to use social media. I've been off of it forever.
Same.
But I'm starting. Some day is not a day of the week. Okay. I like it.
Oh, yeah, I have this app called News Feed Eradicator that prevents me from just endlessly scrolling down.
Oh.
I don't really pay attention to the quotes anymore, but they're supposed to be very exciting or inspiring, but I've never really paid much attention to them. It was just basically to remind me to, like, stop scrolling, go do actual things. also, I don't know if this is actually useful, interesting, or like desirable to have at all, but I figured out that I can actually show the score from my iPad.
Yes!
And so, like, as I'm scrolling, it will be like doing the real-time sort of update of what I'm looking at, which seems super cool. But that just means that like everyone's going to be able to see how like bad I am at pedaling right now because I'm new to this.
Okay, so. Talk about it. Talk about it. Okay, so is this the camera we're going from then, or what camera?
Yeah,
this is the feed then.
Right now the feed is coming from this camera.
Awesome. So should we shift a little?
Yeah. So I haven't framed it or anything. Do you want to set up over here? Would you prefer this stand? I have the other like the proper stand, which I'm not using right now because I'm using this one. I don't know.
I just have my iPad, so
okay.
this will work.
Okay.
This'll do.
Okay.
This'll do.
All right. So if you're standing somewhere around there, and if I'm around here, I just wanted to sort of get a sense so that I can position things, so that I can then move the camera.
And so anybody watching us in the live stream then can see now your iPad?
Yeah, right now it's in the bottom right corner of the screen, but I
Sweet.
can move it. So first, let's get a camera position that looks correct.
It's so much fun. I love this.
So I still need to figure out, I think I can put another light in sort of just like to the side, because you know how we got sort of this weird looking shadow behind us?
Yes.
I can deal with that next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the other thing we could do is we could move the stand lights back to be like around the side of us. But if you're going to use the ring light at all for your phone, which is totally cool, I don't think they're really going to help that much with the shadows because they're not very powerful.
These?
Unless they're like right next to like the side of us.
Oh, like here.
Yeah, they look really, really good when they're like close up.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I'm all good. I don't need to do this.
Okay, so. I do hope the lighting is okay. I do have another video light downstairs if we need it. I know it looks a little.
I'll send up the photos. Snap, 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 snap.
Like. So I wonder. One thing we could do, since the iPad's going to sort of take up some of the camera. I don't know how many like other streamers you've watched. Some of them have like really interesting overlays where like.
We need another person.
We need another person.
We need another person that we could be like, hey, can you put up that thing on
Yeah.
there? And then they'd be like, yeah, sure, boop, 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 boop. Oh, hey, can you Google this for us? Oh, yeah, because we don't know what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. Be so handy.
Yeah.
Usually that's me. But I'm performing today, so.
Don't you wish that there were more of you?
I do wish there were more of
I
me.
find that happens to me often.
But,
Oh, if only there were two.
if only there were two of me, I'd have twice
Someone
as
to
many
do that.
problems. Okay, so I guess if it's over here, then it's still just basically going to be covering up the weird
Cool.
stuff we got on the background.
Do you want to just do it as a full page, or do you want to leave
Well,
it like half?
The
Oh, you turn
thing
yours,
is,
okay.
yeah, so my iPad's quite a bit smaller than yours. I probably can't read it. I mean, I haven't really tried.
No, I think it's probably too
I
small.
bet if I do it vertically.
Yeah, Mine is like a full
Yeah.
page.
This could work. If we were to do this, then I could crop it.
So that it's just off to the...
Yeah. Wonder... Let me actually just quickly have a look and see if I can... This would be a lot less... Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Is going to be a lot less page turns, which would be nice.
I don't like the half page turns. They weird me out.
Yeah, what I find is, because like all of my scans are like, well, they're pretty bad quality scans, as you can see, so, because I was scanning them without taking them out of the binder, which I should have done, but some of these are, like, the half page turns.
Yeah.
Some of them, like, don't evenly, like, show, so, like, it's kind of tricky because, like, they're not always at the same height, some of the staves. So,
do we not have the same... yours look blurrier than mine.
Oh, I think mine's probably just a worse scan. We could probably use this though. Just go ahead and go into the thing to do the transform. This may be 250, maybe 400. That's So theoretically what we could do is we lay something out sort of like this. And
Well, that's cool.
then do something like have a title or something else up here.
Yeah. I've seen like vloggers, they have something like scrolling there.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of different options that we have.
I would totally come up with texts that we could scroll, because like just cool facts about the composer, the poet, the poetry.
Yeah.
We can do that for today. Just have the two
do this
of us.
for today, and maybe I wonder, maybe then I'll just frame the shot with the camera so that it's gonna look super weird in the camera, but
oh, but that's perfect. Yeah.
so now at least the aspect ratio will be correct, or correct-ish. Okay. Okay, what else do we want to do? Do we need to do a sound check? Okay. Is there a specific time you have to leave today?
Nope.
Okay.
This is my Thursday night. Actually, I'm gonna really need a glass of water or some tea or something
Sounds
today.
good. Which is your preference?
Warm or cold, or both.
Warm or cold or both. I meant between water or tea, but...
Do you have tea already?
I don't have tea ready.
Then let's just do water, because it'll be super fast.
Okay.
Get to singing.
Then tea for next week.
Cool. I love tea. We'll make it tea time. Thank you.
So if you would like to, if you finish that glass, you're welcome to pour yourself some more.
Okay, thanks.
That's just water for now.
Do you want to pass me the other?
Sure, you can.
Awesome.
Coaster.
Perfetto. Okay, live stream. Woo, here we go.
Okay, concurrent
We
viewers.
are
1.
Live stream 1. We have 1 viewer?
It might be,
Wow.
or concurrent viewers, I think that means like total at one point in time, meaning that it could have been you.
2! We have 2! Nice to see you.
Cool, alright.
Yeah.
It's like the algorithm was waiting for like someone to show up.
Yeah,
Like,
just
oh,
wanted to show us.
I do, I see someone sending a heart emoji, but I can't actually read that from
Yeah!
Cool.
It's Kenshi.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Kenshi. That's awesome. Kenshi Ronin. Oink. He's oinking at us. Oink. Oink, oink.
Okay, what did you want to start with?
I was thinking about this today, and I was thinking whenever we start a live stream now, we should probably be like, hey, I'm Emily. This is Julian.
Yeah.
We are the Rehearsal Insiders.
The Rehearsal Insiders.
And also the Losier Bertino Duo.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever you want to think about, either way.
Yeah.
And this is just a inside view on what musicians do.
That's good, an inside view on what musicians do.
It's good.
I like that. That's a good catchline. That's how we have to introduce ourselves. An inside view of what musicians do.
And it's a good thing this is recorded because
Otherwise,
now
I would have forgotten it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. So I had a conversation with someone today because I know she loves Renaissance music and Baroque music. Her name's Daniela. She's a musician, colleague of ours, and a scholar. And I asked her what one of her favorite pieces is, and I said, just throw something out there because I know she's listening to this music all the time. And she said, right now she's obsessed with listening to this "Oh Death, Rock Me Asleep," and it is ascribed to Anne Boleyn. Interestingly enough, it says circa 1536, and I only found a piano score, but I was hoping to give it to you, and if you want to take a look at it over the next week or so, we could even listen to it together, I don't know, and if you wanted to see if there's an arrangement for 10-string guitar, or if it would be something you could do, maybe we would be interested in playing it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'll make sure that Daniela comes and watches the live stream that day when we
that'd be great.
rehearse it.
Yeah, happy to take requests.
Right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a request, it was me just being like, hey,
A suggestion,
hey,
just
what
kind
do
of
you-
like a request.
I turned it into a request. So we did Flow My Tears, we did Can She Excuse, and we talked about starting with, what was it?
Was it If My Complaints?
Just to, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so another thing, for those at home today, I'll warn you that my page turning abilities, which is what you're going to be seeing on the side of the screen, this is super new to me. I really just started this like 2 or 3 days ago, and as you can see, I play guitar standing up like a total weirdo.
I love
it. Which means that I can actually turn my pages now using my feet, which is not very intuitive, but awesome.
Oh, that's true.
Well, it's not very intuitive to me because I'm not used to thinking about what my feet are doing. While I'm like playing guitar, I kind of forget that anything below my waist exists. And so like now if I look down, I'm like, oh,
I have feet.
I have feet. But also, oh no, I should have turned my page already.
And so will you do it with your left foot or your right?
Well, I think I'm planning to do it at least with my left foot, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really practiced the technique of
page turning.
Page turning, as well as like sort of getting used to because what my feet are doing, of course, affect like my whole upper body and everything. So.
Oh, because of the pressure So it's really your stance is important as well.
And the other thing is that like if I wanted to play like higher up here, I'll like often like step slightly to the side as well to sort of be in the most ergonomic position.
I've always thought when pianists have the pedals, all of a sudden they have another pedal to think about.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're already pedaling. They're using every limb of their body. Like an organist, it's all over the place, right? But
they're already seated at least.
Yeah.
So like they could be lifting both of their feet, and not fall over.
And not fall over.
Assuming they're
it would be funny.
Sitting comfortably. It would be weird to see like a pianist on stage that was like lifting both their legs up.
We need somebody to put up photos. Google.
Okay, so do we want to start with If My Complaints?
I'd love to hear the first 10 bars and just get a feel for how I would come in and
okay.
And what the tempo is that you're feeling. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say first of all that I don't know this piece anywhere near as well as I know the other Dowland pieces that we've done so far. So I'm not really sure what the correct tempo is.
Okay, we'll feel it out.
But to me, it feels like it's kind of maybe not as slow as some of the really slow, really depressed Dowland. But this is like slow moderato or moderately slow, which is probably not how you would say that, but
my instinct tells me as soon as you have a 3/4 timing that it is almost always going to be at some type of a casual walking
that
tempo.
makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm like, is this Christine Brooklyn like calling from my undergrad, you know? I remember walking through Baroque seminar and doing the walking, and I think that the 1, 2, 3 is definitely, it's a bit of that dancing or walking, whether on the slow side or the fast side. So it can't be too extreme, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that resonate?
Yeah, okay, so I was thinking, I kind of feel something like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I guess this is the second verse.
Cool.
Does that feel about right for the text?
It does feel a bit slow.
Okay.
If I would just speak it, if my complaints could passions move, if my complaints could passions move, or make love see, it's almost not as fast, but it's kind of like, can she excuse my wrongs with virtue's cloak?
I mean, it could also be one of those songs that's...
We could slow it right down and then bring it up.
It can also be one of those that feels more like it's in 1 rather than in 3. Which might not... you lose the sort of like slow waltz kind of feel, but it might make more sense with the text.
Let's try 1 to 10, and then maybe, or 9, and then maybe slow down 9 to 15, 16, 17, and then just do it again and try it a little. Let's play with the tempi and see how we feel.
Okay, so we'll start a little slower and speed up a little more after, you think? Or did you want to start a little faster?
Do you want me to push, or do you feel more comfortable starting faster and then slowing down?
I'd be fine with you pushing.
Okay. That's cool, we can do that. And are we in the right key now, or are we half step, or?
So we're half a step lower than written, yeah.
Yeah. So if there's anybody who happens to be a, what's it called, when you, absolute pitch?
When you have like perfect pitch?
Yeah, when you have perfect pitch and you can see a note and you know, that's it, well, this is not it on the page.
I'm very sorry about that if you're watching at home and you have perfect pitch.
Half step.
Yeah, I have heard some people that play lots of early music tends to just basically do everything just a semitone flat, because that's approximately around. It's closer.
416 or what? Yeah, the pitch keeps going higher and higher as years go by, and so they drop orchestra pitches. They drop all pitches. Yeah. Yeah, and so they just tend to do the half pitch. Yeah.
Another thing I've heard, based on like lute treatises of the time, was that they didn't have like a specific like set pitch. Like an A wasn't necessarily like one, like the same as every other A.
Yeah.
As far as pitch was, but one of the famous treatises on lute playing actually says that you should just tune your highest string as high as you think it can go before it'll snap, and then tune everything else relative.
Wow.
So the idea of like a standardized pitch is like,
just happens to be the animal, you know?
Yeah, it's just
this animal you're able to stretch it whether it was really healthy or for whatever reason. It's very viscous and stretch.
So
cool.
Yeah. Okay, so if my complaints, compassions.
Do you want to play me in, or?
Sure. Do you want me to just play, essentially, it would be the first 9 measures, I guess.
Sure, that would be nice. I might hum along.
Okay. Tempo? Do you want it a little faster?
I do. I wasn't thinking about pushing it all this time. Yeah, okay. Let's try again, and I'll push a little.
Okay. Well, I mean, the loop part feels like it could be played at that tempo, but so you don't need to push for my sake. But I feel like it could be faster as well, and it might work. So
yeah, it could.
I'll happily
it's also
just
quite
follow
nice. It's quite nice like this even. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of this music is really, really nice when you play it slowly because it's just so relaxing. The
Don't fall asleep.
The cadences are so nice, but don't listen too much to how nice the music is because you have to still play the next measure.
Yes, ha ha ha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sing the next measure.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like listening. It's such a treat to listen to guitar. Okay, let's. If my complaints could passions move, or make love see wherein I suffer wrong, my passions were enough to prove that my despairs had governed me too long. Cool. And now let's just go a little bit faster and just see
Sure.
what happens. Then try it in one.
Sure.
Sure.
We'll try.
Yeah. Okay.
So that'd be like 1, 2, 3. Or would that be too fast? That'd be too fast.
Let's try with the third bar. So whatever you can do with the third bar. Yeah. And what about the sixth bar? Is that okay? It sounds nice.
It's fast.
Sounds nice.
It sounds more booty all of a sudden now that it's fast.
Okay, cool. Let's try. If my complaints could passions move. Sorry. Let's do. I'll count us in.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If my complaints could passions move, or make love see wherein I suffer wrong, my passions were not enough to prove that my despairs had governed me too long. Was that slower than we practiced it before?
I think it was a little slower than we practiced it before,
Okay.
but that tempo also feels good, so we can continue speeding
It
it
all
up.
feels good. Yeah. Okay, we can continue to speed up. So
Yeah.
a little faster. So okay, 1, 2, 3. 1,
It's a little faster than that.
okay.
It'd be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Okay. If my complaint.
Is that okay?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. Or make love see wherein I suffer wrong. My passions were enough to prove that my despairs had governed me too long.
It feels a lot lighter at that speed, which is almost a little bit more like lighter in the sense that the harmonies don't feel like they go like 1, 1, 2.
Yeah,
it's more. It feels more like a 1.
Yeah.
If you look at the way that like most of the harmonies seem to change, like on the downbeat, or they're the same, but they're repeated very strongly on the downbeats. So I think that the sense of 1 might come through a lot more nicely, I think, at a faster tempo, like this one. Did you want to check the next part, or do you want to?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
You can check it.
So I've got. There's a breath written on the loop part.
There is a breath written on the loop part.
So you could hold the O.
And there's a comma after my second beat of the bar. So
one way I might interpret that is that essentially, even though the two rhythms are written sort of like vertically, as if they're supposed to happen at the same time, I don't necessarily need to play. I don't necessarily need to play this when you're playing or singing your
next note.
Yeah, when you're singing love, it's more maybe that they're grouped sort of separately, so that this is really more a pickup to I to the third beat, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Having said that, that might be very difficult to sort of like put together. If that makes sense.
No, it's not that. I don't think so, because if I do this, oh love, but I live. Yeah. It's actually quite pretty. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
As long if you strum though that first. Oh love, I live and die in thee. Stupid iPad. Thy grief in my deep sighs still speaks. Thy wounds do fleshly bleed. My heart for thy unkindness breaks. That's interesting. What's gonna happen next? Can we do that again?
Just do that again. That was lovely.
You are so resonant today.
Yeah, so I'm doing it a little bit differently.
Oh, that's why. I was like, why is there so much echo in
so
here?
There's more coming out of this way. The other thing is also that I'm using a microphone on the guitar right now, whereas before I was only using the pickup.
Oh, okay.
But there's just certain notes.
Why your voice sounds resonant. I thought it was resonating off the inside of the guitar. It probably is. It's probably
does a little bit
as well as that, and it's just giving you this extra resonant sound.
So I feel like it's a little bit too much on like some of the lower notes. There's a couple of these notes that are like, I'm not playing this note louder than the others.
But it just comes.
And I think part of it has to do with like the shape of the room and where it's placed and everything. Would you like more or less? Because I can certainly adjust that, and it doesn't bother me.
No, it's cool. I just feel silly for idiot. How did I not know that? Yeah. Oh well.
I do still think maybe a bit less of this. So I wonder if that's the one.
Let's just do that section again. We could even do it from 15 just to try the cadence into it.
Can we actually take it from, maybe I'll start from 14?
Sure.
And you can come in at 15 if you like. Or you can just come in at 17, if you would prefer. It's up to you. Okay. Oh, sorry, yeah. Okay. So you're cueing. So when you do the V, is going to be when I will do
love. Yeah, so that I can come off.
Okay, alright.
So that there's actually a break between the end of my...
Yeah, okay.
Because then you really get the fermata.
Yeah.
If we want to just do it there. Just that one time. Because the other one doesn't have it, so...
That I do
Then we can go through, yeah.
And then there's a comma, so...
Yeah.
Which I guess the second time through, we could have that I do live on the next measure.
I would say that the second time through, there's no breath marking. You just go through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I have those two notes held, there's a natural break before I come in with a third beat.
I see. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Whereas this one, we're creating it and we're stretching this bar to become something different.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love the timing in the way that like the parts are written in this type of music is so interesting because like the lute, like as we know, like it doesn't sustain for very long, which is part of like what makes it such a nice instrument. That's why like anytime that there's like lots of rubato where you're supposed to like slow things down, you see Dowland writes in like a billion
Tons
notes. There's just like one single measure that has suddenly like 3 times as many notes as all the other ones.
Yeah. It's like, I need to make sound. Yeah. Same place?
Yeah, okay, so 14. Okay.
Has it governed me too long? Oh, love, I live and die in thee. Thy grief in my deep sighs to speak, thy wounds to fleshly blood in me, my heart for thy unkindness breaks. Repeat that, I guess. Let's try. That I do live, it is thy power. That I desire, it is thy worth. If love doth weaken's lies too sour, let me not love nor live henceforth. It is so throwing me off that it doesn't rhyme. I'm like, why doesn't it rhyme?
Okay, so it's if love doth make men's lives too sour, let me not love nor live hence.
Fourth. Four.
I wonder if there's a way in which sour
And fourth rhyme. And what about me and breaks?
Oh,
Me
probably not.
breaks.
Probably not. Yeah.
Which makes me think, is there another place that I should be putting an emphasis on so that it like flows?
Yeah, maybe it rhymes with a different.
Oh, love, I live and die in thee. Thy grief in my deep sighs still speaks. Thy wounds do freshly bleed in me. My heart for thy unkindness breaks. Okay, so that's because it's the 3 in 1. Yet thou dost hope when I despair, and when I hope thou makest me hope in vain. Thou sayest thou canst my harm repair, Yet for redress thou lett'st me still complain. And then this is the couplets, A, B, A, B. So that one is the A, A, B, basically. Yeah. If my complaints, I'm going to the beginning. If my complaints could passions move, or make love see wherein I suffer wrong, my passions were enough to prove that my despairs had governed me too long. O love, I live and die in thee. The grief in my deep sighs still speaks. Thy wounds do freshly bleed in me. My heart for thy unkindness breaks. Yet thou dost hope when I despair, and when I hope thou makest me hope in vain.
You hope when I despair, yet thou dost. That means that you hope when I despair?
You do hope
You do
when
hope.
I think it's that you hope when I despair. That you have hope when I despair.
Yeah, I
And when I hope, you make me hope in vain. Thou makest me hope in vain.
so it's
Thou sayest thou canst my harm repair. You say you can't help it. You can't repair it at all. You can't make me feel better.
yet for redress thou lett'st me still complain. Thou canst.
It's interesting because breaks, vein, complain. They have a break, vein, pain. So it's almost like a turning. My heart for thine unkindness breaks. And when I hope thou makest me hope in vain. It's just very interesting. It's so abrupt when that ending comes, and the music is so matchy, and the text is like, no.
Yeah, it's like there's one layer of like things line up, but then they don't.
They don't. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really what the text is all about too, as well.
That it's not lining up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like that,
I hope for you. You don't hope for me.
the last couple lines are so beautiful. Die shall my hopes, but not my faith, that you, that of my fall, may hearers be.
Do you want to do that? That from 30. What was that? 3?
Yeah. Why don't we do it from 33?
That new section.
Sure.
Now it's higher, so I have to actually sing now.
Oh, interesting. So it's significantly higher than.
It's significantly higher
like
than
everything
everything.
else.
Yes.
Interesting. Do we think that means
But then
something?
oh, for sure. But then at the end it goes back down. Yeah. Okay. Yet thou dost hope when I despair, and when I hope thou makest me hope in vain. Thou sayest thou canst my harms repair, yet for redress thou lett'st me still complain. And
Then that would go all the way back to the beginning.
so is that how this whole thing works? Is it would be one time through and then the whole thing second verse? Or do you think that the double lines actually mean...
The double lines, interesting.
Because there's no dots.
Yeah, there's no dots. So
Yeah.
I think... I mean, I'm not really an expert in a sense in the sense that to me it feels like this music could work almost no matter what order everything is played in. So like I think in a way I feel it's more interesting to hear all of the different verses musically, because they all have different content, and then to hear them all. So like A, B, C, and then A, B, C. Having said that, if there's something more interesting that happens lyrically that relates like the first stanza in a section to the second stanza,
I need to look at the poetry actually, because the poetry would tell me if the music is meant to be repeated or gone forward, because he's put the words in a certain place.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it goes straight through 2 times.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what you were saying, right? ABC, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that like the music repeats also. Like the A is written a second time already, so like because at measure 10, it's the same as measure 1 for the full section, and I think is that true also? Basically. Yeah, I think it's also true, at least in my part.
Yeah.
So it's like there's already kind of a written repeat in there, so I guess rather than doing like let's say the A section 4 times, if we were to repeat the section, it might make more sense to do.
And just reading the text through, it does look as if the text continues. For example, looking at the last page, death all of a sudden comes up, as it always does.
Always does. We've already talked about like love, so
yeah,
might as well talk about the other topic.
And so it's like, let me not love nor live henceforth, and then it's like, boom, die shall my hopes. Whereas if that had been henceforth, yet thou dost hope when I despair, they don't actually go together. The same way that now death is here, and then we talk about death. So, yeah. So, want to just try and run through the whole thing?
Yeah.
And tempo's still a little wonky, but that's fine. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, I think we've slowed down a little bit, which is okay with me. If you wanted to do it at a slower tempo, I'll say you don't need to go at a slower tempo for me. I have a tendency to always slow things down. Yeah. And that's not entirely intentional.
And I have a tendency to rely on my accompanist to keep the tempo.
I can see where the problem is.
We're gonna fix this problem for both of us.
All right.
Now we're both like push. Because I like to hear the music. I'm very oral, so I'm hearing it and singing it. So I like to actually hear the harmonies. So I'm always kind of like waiting to hear from you, and then that like slows. It's like this. It's a positive thing to be listening to one another.
Absolutely.
But it also slows us down. Okay. If my complaints could passions move, or make love see wherein I suffer wrong, my passions were enough to prove that my despairs had governed me too long. Oh, love, I live and die in thee. thou makest me hope in vain. Thou sayest thou canst my harms repair, yet for redress thou lett'st me still complain. Cool. Now let's do the fast version.
Sure. Okay. Sorry, I think I screwed up a couple of rhythms. I held
Meh.
a few notes a little bit too long, but it sounded so good. I was like, hey, it could have been written that way.
First time through.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this type of music, because it was written for improvisation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's free to improvisation, so there are no mistakes. It is not like how we have put our composers into mausoleums and have said, now this is the only way that you can perform this, and it has to be exactly like this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like, no, it's freedom. Do what you want. If you mess up, just add a couple extra notes and keep going. Yeah, so I'll just flow and go forward and try and do these phrases, and we'll see.
And then just quickly going to...
Oh my goodness! My mom writes, Mom. But how come we only have one current viewer? Rick is listening. He's awesome. Listens to podcasts all day.
Sorry, let me just make sure.
Sure, I'll be right back.
Okay. Console. Alright, I'm just going to double check to make sure that we are recording. Making sound. Okay, so we do have sound, that's good. But the reason for that is because it's on a hard drive that is not connected.
I see you have a new toy in your bathroom. It's quite exciting.
It is. Probably would be startling if you hadn't noticed it and accidentally turned it on.
Is this how I flush the toilet? Woo!
Sorry, I'm just trying to...
What you up to?
I'm just setting up the audio recording, which I should have done here before. I'll just be a sec. I just have to safely remove a hard drive.
I listened to the last week's, I listened to last week's in the car. I just kind of listen along and go, but I didn't have a chance to look at any of the recordings at all.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. How large is your Dropbox?
It's the like the full thing is it's a 2 terabyte account.
Oh jeez.
It's one of the paid ones.
Yeah.
But not one of the the huge paid ones.
But it's.
But it seems like it's tremendous.
But it's not. Not for the amount of recording you do, probably.
Yeah, it's like I've got things backed up for I think like a year and a half or so. But I'm already hitting the limit, so I'm already starting to delete old recordings.
Wow. Do you still have any of our recordings from our performances? You keep all of your
I do.
performances, I guess.
Yeah, I mostly just don't have them on Dropbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do have, probably have all of them somewhere in these rooms.
Yeah.
On one of the hard drives, there's, I have so many hard drives that it's like, they're mostly managed pretty well, but I just need to like find the correct hard drive that like had like that year's worth of like files on it. But there's so many of them. It's really video. Anytime you're recording, well, when I first bought this camera,
4K.
4K. It's like boom, everything is suddenly 8 times larger.
Yeah.
I remember when I had started doing recording at the university, our cameras weren't even HD.
Oh, that was a while ago.
It was a while ago. It's not that HD didn't exist, it's just that we didn't have it yet.
You know what I'm going to do right now while we're kind of taking a mini break?
Yeah.
I'm just finding this Oh Death Rock Me Asleep. And
yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to hear that.
This 6 years ago, 12 years ago. Oh, this one is a lute. English lute song.
Ooh, great.
Julianne Baird and Ron McFarlane.
Is it Julian Beard or Julian?
B-A-I-R-D.
B-E-A? B-E-A-R-D.
No, B-A-I-R.
B-A-I-R. Baird. Interesting.
Baird?
Oh, I asked because there's a guitarist named Julian Bream.
Oh, that's the singer, the Julianne. Yeah, that's the only one. Looks like lute. Oh. This one, she's dressed up. Oh, Death, Rock Me Asleep. The Two-Door Songbook. Can't see if it's a gamma. She's like, it's beautiful. Look, she's still dressed up. That's a cello, though, I think, or is she holding it between her legs? Is it a viola da gamba? I can't tell.
Well, usually you can tell because the viola da gamba has frets, right?
It does or it doesn't?
I think it does.
It does. Okay, let's see. I'll look. It is a cello because it doesn't have...
Doesn't have frets.
It doesn't have frets, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This would be very difficult because there's... So... Not sure what her name is because it doesn't say here, but very beautiful voice. This Anne Boleyn two-door book, songbook, and with the cello bass line just da 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 da. How to do that with your guitar? That would be very interesting. I wonder if we'll be able to find this as only a guitar accompaniment, or does it mean that Julian is going to be very ingenious?
I guess we will see.
We have a jack of all trades, a man of many, a man of many.
A Renaissance man, one might say.
Well, touche.
Okay. So do you want to do another take of If My Complaints?
Yeah, I would love to go through it again. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you want to do the other songs as well?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling on camera here. I'm gonna have to zoom in a sec there. But we'll call this if my complaints take one. Bet you this is gonna need to come down a lot in volume.
Yeah, because I'm not actually singing out at all. But I noticed when we were doing the Flow My Tears, how quiet I can be, and when you get that really clear tone, and it sounds so nice. So I just try to take out a lot. No vibrato.
Okay, so I'm hoping.
So we were just 30 minutes? I don't know. We spent a long time on this. If my complaints, just starting to get to know it. So we ran through it once, twice,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll run it a couple more times just to kind of get it under us and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'd love to sort of do like after we work on this one, because this one's new to us for this week. I'd love to sort of like get into a habit of like basically like learn and focus every session a little bit more on the new song, and then to sort of like flow backwards. Yeah. To the other. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Because like in 20 weeks, 50 weeks, it's gonna be like, oh, now we have 30 songs. Okay, now run the set. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So if my complaints. I feel like you have to do an intro. You don't happen to have an intro for this one, do you? I haven't found an instrumental version of this, but it might exist. I just haven't really looked for it, to be honest with you. Because I don't know this one as well as I know the other songs, but like I found, well, the other two are like super famous songs that we've already looked at. So like, Can't She Excuse and Flow My Tears. Can't She Excuse and Flow My Tears. They're like two super well-known ones. So it's like there are multiple instrumental versions of each of those. Yes. As well as like four voice versions of those as well. So there's like loads of stuff available there, but I'd kind of be surprised if there was no solo lute version of If My Complaints. I have an idea. Mm-hmm. It might be a bad idea, but could you try playing that and then that? Okay, so from measure 17 until 20. Oops. Okay, so I'll be playing from measure 17. And then to measure 13. Was that correct? Yeah, that's... I think I'd be missing... Do you need one more bar in there? Did it work? I don't know. Kind of. I think that it needs to move in a different direction. It feels weird to me just because it just feels like harmonically it moves in a different direction. Mm-hmm. But having said that, we could maybe start from. So if I take it from, that would be... At least just those 3 bars, and then I can start singing. Yeah, okay, so that would be 11. Measure 12 is where I'm starting. Okay. If my complaints could passions move, or make love cease,
passions were enough to prove that my despairs had governed me too long. Oh, love, I live and die in thee. Thy grief in my deep sigh still speaks. Thy wounds do freshly bleed in me. My heart for thy unkindness breaks, yet thou dost hope when I despair, and when I hope thou makest me hope in vain. Thou seest thou canst my heart's repair, yet for redress honest me still complain. And back to the top, and I'm gonna keep it going fast this time. Can love be rich, and yet I want? Is love my judge, and yet am I condemned? My plenty hast, yet me dost scant. Thou made a God, and yet thy power condemned. That I do live, it is thy power. That I desire, it is thy worth. If love doth make men's lives too sour, let my hopes not love nor live henceforth. Die shall and you that of my fall may hearers be. May it despair which truly saith. Let's just do this again from the last section.
Sure,
I'm going to
32.
try it a bit. Just to see how that feels. Yet thou dost hope when I sorry, it's
Sorry, can we just try that again? And I'll pay more attention.
yeah. Stop listening to me sing. He's like, I love it. Okay, yet. 1, 2, 3. Yet I doth hope when I
so on hope.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what it was. I must be jumping a beat.
Because the way that's written with that dotted, that second beat is longer, right? So you're doing.
So it's the dot would be like a dotted quarter note, and then the where you see
that's
the R.
The eighth note.
Yeah, it's the eighth note.
Yes. When
yeah. Okay. There it is. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's so weird because I would think of it the other way, that the other one would be longer, but it's actually an eighth note.
Yeah, especially the way that it's sort of like spaced physically, like on the page.
True that. Yeah.
So people following along at home can actually see
Bar
that.
34. Yes, they can see that. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I'm able to actually do the circling thing. But
what?
Eventually...
If we did it with my iPad, I could, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right?
Like, it was a thing that, it's in here somewhere under...
Is it Fourscore? You have Fourscore.
It's Fourscore,
I love Fourscore.
I'm totally a noob at this, so...
Okay.
If I were to... Yep, that's not the thing at all.
No, you could just do this. Oh, oops. You could just do that, though, and then just do it with your finger.
It would be that spot.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone can see that at home.
Oh my gosh,
which is
so
super cool. So it's that little, the note R.
Did you buy Fourscore after after we talked about it?
I did.
That I said, because I love it.
Yeah, like
this is not a paid advertisement.
This is not a paid advertisement, but if they would like it to be.
When we have like
could absolutely.
When we have more than one listener.
Yeah. I'm sure that's enough for them to shower us with thousands of dollars.
Well, hey, they just made money off of you from me, so
that's true.
And I bought it because another musician told me about it. Yeah, Jennifer, who's like Musique Toi Femme, she's like, I use it. She's a pianist who uses the pedal too in her iPad. And she was like, I love the iPad, I love Fourscore, you got to do it. And then I ended up having the opportunity to buy an iPad, and so I was like, go big or go home. So I got the
best
Pro
iPad.
one, and I thought, I'm going to use it for music. It's totally worth it with my studies, and I even used it for my my thesis stuff. Really awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people I know that really like the iPad Pro. They're like, it just makes me like my MacBook less. Like, I never need to use it anymore.
True. Except for some apps that don't work quite as well. With I love that I can just turn it into a computer and I can type with it and stuff, but there are just some websites, some apps that that you want your computer for still. I think people are moving towards making everything more iPad, iPhone friendly, or just smartphone friendly in general. But okay, so let's just try that last.
Okay. So from 33.
Sorry, I just totally took off. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Did you want to do it at that tempo?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's try that. So I should be doing the different verse?
It's okay. We could do it the same verse.
Yeah, same last verse, same as verse. Let's do one more time. I'll do the right words.
Sure.
I share my hopes, but not. Oh, and see, that's different now. Ha ha! Because the words are different.
Yes, the words are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I think, so the first verse I lead, like first verse we come together, but then the second one I'm going to do my hopes, bum, and then we come together.
I see. Okay, so hopes,
but not. Yeah. Hopes, but.
Okay.
Because the first time it's my hope when I despair, but then it's my hopes, but not my faith. So you kind of lead us coming. I think it can be halting there.
Yeah, so I have to figure out how to annotate this properly.
True that. Yeah.
I haven't figured this part out at all. Is this the freehand or is this is a straight line? Nope, it's freehand.
That's freehand, yeah. If you want, you there. You can choose.
Pro stamps. Oh, I see. Okay. Essentially.
But there is this at least. So you could draw yourself another. This annoys me because it used to not be that you had to buy pro stamps.
It's another one of those things. There's no.
Just scroll.
Just every day, they're like, there are more things. You just have to know that you have to scroll.
Yeah, idiot. That's my word of the day.
Oh, look at that! They've even got the PIMA. You probably don't know this, but it's PIMA are
Fingering?
Like right hand guitar fingerings, which is awesome that they have that. I guess there must be enough classical guitarists
that use this, or they've made it for music. I'm wondering if they're musicians. Are they musicians who made this app? Well, who knows. I'm starting to think maybe they did a lot of consulting. Annotate.
So what I think I want to do is I wanted to just make sure that I highlight that. Okay,
if you want to
that
highlight.
looks terrible, but basically I just wanted to highlight the comma to make sure that I remember.
Oh yeah.
To actually.
I like to use red too and just circle things. Or highlight the word maybe. I don't know.
For me, it's not the word. It's really literally just that.
That comma.
It's that comma. As long as I know that like I need to pay attention to the comma.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, oh right. Listen.
Okay.
Don't forget to listen. Okay. Did you want to do maybe just from 33 there? To the end?
Sure.
Tempo. What was it? It was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I shall my hopes, but not my faith. That of my fall may hears me. May despair which truly saith, I was more true to love than love to me. Well, now we know the notes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Now we know the melody. Now, and then we'll look at it next time and start figuring out the tempo and some other stuff. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Can she excuse my wrongs since it's so similar, I guess?
Sure. So I found, so there's the Earl of Essex Galliard, for instrumental versions of this piece.
Okay.
So this is like a dance form of an instrumental version that, so there's actually 2 of these, I think. 2 different Earl of Essex Galliards. And then one of them later on was released as the Frog Galliard.
Okay.
So the story behind this is apparently the Earl of Essex had some kind of facial deformity. So the Queen Elizabeth often referred to him as her frog. And perhaps that was part of why he was always so mean.
No, she cannot excuse your wrongs, or maybe she can excuse your wrongs because she's not treating you properly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you look like a frog. Okay.
So then there was the Can She Excuse My Wrongs Galliard, which is the instrumental version directly taken like after the song was written, Can She Excuse My Wrongs. So it's got like the I can't actually play this because I haven't practiced it, but it's I will look at it more for
Did you look
next
at
week.
any of them?
I looked through them.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is that I wouldn't be able to do sort of like the page turns with my feet in between sections and come back correctly at the right time. But just because I don't remember, I don't know these very well. Mm-hmm. But I will look at that for next week.
And the nice thing is with this that you can just you can copy the page, add a page so that you never need to go back. Mm-hmm. You can always just keep going forward, even if it's, I
haven't figured out how to do that yet either.
You will.
But you
will love it.
I am really, really looking forward to it.
So say all that to say, let's just start from the top.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to right here ask about intro so that I remember next time that I can hear this beautiful.
I also found this. I think that this is probably a 4-voice choral arrangement. I think that's what this is. Which is just basically like. It's interesting. Yeah. There's no text, but I guess they probably all knew the text at the time.
I don't know. This could be just a string quartet. No, it couldn't be because it's all soprano, alto, tenor, bass. Okay, interesting. But could that be violin, first violin, second violin, violin and cello, viola and cello?
Yeah, or maybe it wouldn't be. It would be a viol ensemble of some kind. Which wouldn't necessarily be, like again because this was long before like standardizations really of instruments, so it was more likely that this would be like 4 instruments of different ranges.
So this was originally written like this in 4 parts way back then. This isn't just a new arrangement.
I don't think this is a new arrangement.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I think that this is one of the original versions. But here's another. This is not a Galliard. I think this is actually the song. Oh no, this actually is just the loop part from the song. So the melody's actually not in here.
Oh, but then you don't need to turn pages.
Yeah, but I also I'd rather do there's only 1 page turn for me here. Yeah. And I'd rather do the page turn and also
then you
know
can
what
see what I'm singing.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives me a better idea of if I'm way incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is a little bit more sprightly.
Yes!
Or a lot more sprightly, I suppose.
How fast can you play?
You know what? I'm just going to check this recording just before we run it. We'll call... Okay, this will be Can She Excuse My Wrongs?
Does our YouTube fan get to still see your music?
Yes. It should still be up. We can still
give me an oink. If he's still there.
Preview is disabled, but it looks like concurrent viewers 2. I don't know if that currently means we have 2 viewers, or if that means at some point we had 2 viewers.
That's like 200%.
200% improvement.
Woo! Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I don't have an intro for this yet.
And I'm gonna leave this for you, because
I
also have a PDF, but it's on IMSLP.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got that.
All right, sounds good. We'll definitely
check it out.
Okay, so I was thinking for tempo, this would be something like.
Nice.
Oh, that would have been the spot. Sorry, I just kept going.
Oh yeah, I was listening. Okay. It was nice. It's nice. Great.
So I mean, that would be, I guess, an 8-bar intro, which would be fine if you wanted that.
That was great. 8-bar intro. Awesome. Can she excuse my wrongs with a virtue's cloak? Shall I call her good when she proves unkind? Are those clear fires which vanish into smoke? Must I praise the leaves where no fruit I find? No, no, where shadows do for bodies stand. Thou mayst be abused if thy sight is dim. Cold love is like to words written on sand, or to bubbles which on thy water swim. Wilt thou be thus abused still, seeing that she will write thee never? If thou canst not recover, will thy love be thus fruitless ever? Wilt thou be thus abused still, seeing that she will write thee never? If thou canst not recover, will thy love be thus fruitless ever? And then something by you. Sure. Was I so base that I might not aspire unto those high joys which she holds from me? As they are high, so high is my desire. If she these deny, what can granted be? If she will yield to that which reason is, it is reason's will that love should be just. Dear, make me happy still by granting this. Oh, cut off delays if thy die I must. Better 1,000 times to die than for to live thus still tormented. Dear, but when it was I for whom thy sake did I contented. Better 1,000 times to die than for to live thus still tormented. Dear, but remember it was I who for thy sake did I contented. Something like that. I feel like there's still a weird rhythm. It's just not quite.
There's so there's something here.
It's on these dotted ones here because it's the same as this one. But yeah, because it's really more a part of the next note than it is the one that comes before. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And in that way, those notes, they're really about our interweaving, because I could just keep holding that note. Shall I call her good? Until you play that bum when.
Yeah, that really tells us when the next note comes.
Yeah, and I feel like it could be interesting that if we play with that. Because, for example, in bar 2, we do it together. So there's no way that can happen.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
But
yeah, that's...
But here, sha, bum, I call, bum, her good, bum, when, and then we're together, dum, 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 yeah. And the same thing is...
It's interesting also because the clause like, shall I call her good when she proves unkind, like it makes sense with the text to like have that separation as well.
True.
At least potentially.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. Did you want to just run it a second time?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess... So the other thing I was wondering about, for the instrumental interludes, because I think this piece could have lots of them. I mean, there's so many different things to take music from. I feel like it would be weird to intro it using the would you walk the woods so wild.
Oh, it would?
Yeah, I feel like it would be weird to open with that. But it'd be really, really cool to have it sort of as an interlude in the middle somewhere.
Ah, okay, okay. Do you want to do it after this section?
Sure.
Do you want to just try it this time? Do you have it there that you can...
Yeah, I
play
mean,
it easily?
yeah. I would be able to do that. So that we would do maybe the intro with some kind of instrumental interlude.
Yeah.
And then we'll do...
Whole thing through?
Yeah, whole thing through. And then before we do the like recap for the second verse, that's when I'll do an interlude.
Yes.
Yeah.
You play whatever you want.
Okay.
Like riff it like a jazz musician.
I probably won't quite riff it like a jazz musician, but I'll do my best.
Do what you do you, and you just keep doing you until I start singing.
Okay.
Because
Sounds good.
And because it's kind of easy to fall in there, I guess, in some way. But
okay, so we'll call
10
this,
minutes. I'll just let you play for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, so this will be Can She Excuse My Wrongs, take 2.
Can she excuse my wrongs with virtue's cloak? Shall I call her good when she proves unkind? Are those clear files which vanish into smoke? Must I praise the leaves where no fruit I find? No, where shadows do for bodies stand. Thou mayst be amused if thy sight be dim. Cold love is like to words written on sand, or to bubbles which on thy water swim. Wilt thou be thus amused still, seeing that she will rightly never, if thou canst not overcome her, will thy love be thus fruitless ever? Wilt thou be thus amused still, seeing that she will rightly never, if thou canst not overcome her, will thy love be thus fruitless ever? Was I so base that I might not aspire unto those high joys which she holds from me? Are those their high, so high is my desire? If she this deny, what can granted be? No, if she yield to that which reason is, it is reason's will that love should be just. Dear, make me happy still by granting this. Oh, cut off delays, if I die I must. Better 1,000 times to die than for to live thus still tormented, dear. But remember it was I who for this it did die contented. Better 1,000 times to die than for to live thus still tormented, dear. But remember it was I who for this it did die contented.
Sorry, a lot of my improv was not great that time. Played all the.
Can we try the middle section again? I want to try some things there, and I. No, where shadows for, but I'll do it the second time around.
I also made every mistake in the page turns.
Oh.
Or actually, the same mistake every time I got to that same spot. I was like, oh no, I should have already turned the page.
Oh, where?
There's only one page turn. It's really just one.
But you do it twice.
I do it twice, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so from...
If she will yield to that...
Sure.
If she will yield to that which reason is, it is reason's will that love should be just. Dear, make me happy still by granting this, or cut off delays, if I die I must. I don't like it at all. I want to just do it again.
Sure.
If she will yield to that which reason is, it is reason's will that love should be just. Dear, make me happy still by granting this, or cut off delays, if I die I must. Better 1,000 times to die than for to live thus still tormented, dear. But remember it was I who for this it did die contented. Better 1,000 times to die than for to live thus still tormented, if it was I who for this it did die contented.
Sorry,
Anyway.
my ornament screwed up my rhythm.
Sorry.
But it was fun.
I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, that doesn't sound good. But then listening back, sometimes I'm like, oh, that actually didn't sound as bad as it felt. So, yeah.
I think a lot of the time it feels like it doesn't work, but then like we resolve after, and then it's like, oh, it did work.
Yeah.
It's just that like the moment in between, just like harmonic tension.
True, which makes the consonants so much nicer at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Flow My Tears.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to do the whole intro and everything?
Sure.
Great.
So, oh, hold on. Did this get put to another?
The wrong one.
So I put it into a set list, but I put it in the wrong order. Okay, so.
Oh, you're not doing the preludium? You're doing the longer.
So actually, I think we should use the preludium for something else, or like use it as like a something in between something else.
Cool.
The reason for that is just because it's so nice. But I think it's really, really nice on its own, but I think there's some really, really nice things here in the solo arrangement version of Flow My Tears.
Okay.
So you'll see what I mean. So I could, what I might give you is, I think that's 8 bars of intro.
Okay.
which you'll recognize instantly because it's just the part that I play with the part that you sing.
Okay. shadows that in darkness dwell, learn to condemn light. Happy, they that in hell feel not the world's despite.
There were some really nice things in there. I accidentally switched to
I noticed
the
you were
wrong
like,
page. I was like,
oh my gosh, and I was like, oh no, what's going on? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and also I got a notification to remind me to take the garbage
Oh, funny.
out. Which probably showed up on screen. I was like, no!
Oh, jeez. It's like, yeah. And there's no way you can really, you have to stop all notifications.
Well, I was like,
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have it,
It's not like some...
I actually
text
have it
message.
set to Do Not Disturb, so
weird.
it actually still showed up.
Because
Perhaps
it's really
it's plugged
important. It's really important to take the
Really
garbage
important
out.
to not get.
You need to do your civic duty. You know?
It's, yeah.
Take it out at the right time.
Mm.
There's nothing like we complain about it on a weekly basis when people put their random garbage out like days early. We're like, what's going on? And then it's like, it's paper week. It's not plastic week. Why are they putting their plastic out? Yeah, not good. Not good, folks. These are important life things. Yeah. I love this song more and more every week. There's no wonder why it's so...
No wonder it's the one...
The number one song that people sing from Dowland, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the number one song that anybody...
Knows from that time period?
Knows from... probably from the time period... Like, there might be some other Renaissance piece. But, like, even amongst the guitar community... We've basically all stolen, like, the instrumental version of this piece, and, like, we play it, like, all the time.
Yeah,
It's like, more
stuff.
common than any of, like, the actual songs.
Yeah.
Which is, like, weird, because I think the songs are, like, way more popular in his day.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, maybe it's because so many guitarists aren't very... ensemble friendly, maybe? Or it's just that we love sort of like playing things on our own.
And it's such a unique instrument in the sense that you harmonize with yourself and you can take it anywhere you go. You're mobile, right?
Yeah.
So like it's like, oh, I can steal that and just make it into a guitar piece. Haha, because you can do your accompaniment and the melody and like a piano, but you can't really take a piano like unless you play accordion. And you can take your piano.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or harmonium. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, what is the
harmonium? Where you... Oh, it might be something. Melodica.
Or you think of the melodica.
Yeah, where you blow and you have... Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I used to be in a band with a friend, so he played that.
Cool.
Other friend on the cajones. Sometimes it was like guitar too. Yeah, it was fun. It's my friend Mark back in the day.
Cool.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah, it was great. Did you want to do one more run through, or do you want to call it there?
Of Flow My Tears?
Yeah. It's such a heavy piece to like...
It doesn't... harder, Can She Excuse My Wrongs is harder. Because it goes like right into a weird passaggio place where I can't quite use this certain voice and I can't quite use this other voice. So it's like, oh. So that's why I was trying to find some other alternatives for... Yeah, and I think I will find some alternatives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We can also, if you would like to change it, like up or down a couple steps, that's relatively easy for me to do.
Down is this way, up is this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, you're welcome to. We can do it at pitch. if you wanted to do it up just a single semitone.
I think either up a semitone or down a semitone from where it's at right now.
Okay.
And I would need to try both before making my choice.
Okay, yeah. Understandable.
Not easy for you.
Well, not necessarily easy to do on the fly, but it's a thing that it would be okay. I don't think that there's anything too wild.
If we could just try the middle section, no, where shadows do for bodies stand, da 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 da. It's just that. So if we try up and then we'll try down, that would be awesome.
Sorry, it feels like a semitone is so much.
Shall I call her good when she proves unkind? Are those clear fires which vanish into smoke? Must I praise the leaves where no fruit I find? No, the shadows do for bodies stand. Thou mayst be abused if thy sight be dim. Cold love is like to words written on sand, or to bubbles which on thy water swim. Wilt thou be thus abused still, seeing that she will right thee never, if thou canst not overcome her? Will thy love be thus fruitless ever? Okay, cool. Let's
do you like this?
I do like that. I like that a lot.
Great.
But let's try down and see.
Sure.
Or is it's easier for you to go up, right? Because your frets get smaller?
It's well, it kind of depends on the piece. This one would be fine. I can probably do it. Feels like it's so low.
So it felt really good. Felt awesome. When I listen back, I'll be able to hear if I'm like on pitch or slightly off pitch.
Okay.
That's usually how I can tell too if it's in a good area, because my voice carries somewhere. So.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So in the high, in the higher register, the voice carries sharp, and in the lower register, like in the mid,
interesting. So it goes outwards.
Sound, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's interesting. Okay.
Let me just.
Or at least it used to. Now it's probably all just like going bad. Shall I call her good when she proves unkind? Are those clear fires which vanish into smoke? Must I praise the leaves where no fruit I find? No, where shadows do for bodies stand. Thou mayst be abused if thy sight be dim. Cold love is like to words written on sand, or to bubbles which on thy water swim. Wilt thou be thus abused still, see that she will right thee never, if thou canst not overcome her? Will thy love be thus fruitless ever? Wilt thou be thus abused still, see that she will right thee never, if thou canst not overcome her? Will thy love be thus fruitless ever? I like your little ba-da-doo.
Yeah. As long as I can figure out how to do it in time.
Yeah, so which one is better, the first one or the second? Haha. We will see. I will listen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And we still have 2 people listening.
Yeah.
And if you want to hear something, just let us know some ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're very interested in what other people
Because I know that sometimes Kenshi listens to whatever, like, listens to, like, I'll be like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's some the Devil's Violin Concerto or something. And I'm like, oh, cool. So you never know what songs people come across, and they might say, hey, Emily, sing this. Yeah. Cool. But it has to be Renaissance or Baroque music. Is that our thing right now?
Right now, it's our thing.
I think right
it's
now.
It's our thing right now.
Yeah.
It's not like our only thing.
Yeah.
It is our thing right now.
Because I could see someone in my family being like, can you do some Andrew Lloyd Webber? Not our thing right now. Not our thing right now.
I wonder, there might be some of the stuff that would work.
Like memory?
In a very, like, lute-ish arrangement of memories. Yeah.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. They're all written for guitar anyway, though.
Oh, right? Yeah, okay, because so that would probably basically already work.
They probably all have tabs out there. Because
that's true. There's probably already lots of tabs. So really it's just a matter of adding ornaments.
Yeah, true that. As your guitar dissipates. So what do we want to think about for the next time?
We'll
keep working on the... I just, like, the Flow My Tears just keeps getting better and better. So should we do, like, Time Stand Still, or do you want to think about the Come Again?
Yeah, Come Again. I'd really like to do that one.
Have you been practicing it at all? Do you want to, like, do it down and dirty right now before we leave?
I wonder if... I think I have to add it to here somewhere. So I don't have it... I don't have it right at the moment. Or maybe I do. Looks like I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably don't have it. Unless I did already see it. Oh, I've got some other things.
Oh, Come Again, solo.
Come Again. Oh, so this would be the, I don't actually know the melody, which says...
That's the melody.
Yeah. At like 4 times the speed I guess I read that.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, I see why. I was looking... I looked over and I saw the fret marker. It was like, this is your 5th fret, bro. And I was like, no,
why is it not working?
I don't think so. I don't think this is the right note.
It sounds like contemporary music.
Yeah. What if you just slid the note up another couple of frets?
Cool. So, Flow My Tears and Come Again in a couple weeks, or maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure that I had added it. We could definitely do Come Cheerful Day.
Oh.
Yeah, do you know it at all?
I listened to it, I played it, no, I didn't listen to it. I listened to myself playing it on piano. So okay. I just come cheerful day,
okay, well, we could look at that in the future, maybe not.
I'm wondering though about the pitch for this too, right? Because it starts to go into that upper register. So, what would you play it on? Is it the half step again?
I would probably play it a half step lower than what is written. But I could also shift it up or down if you would prefer it in a different key.
Come, cheerful day. Come, cheerful day. Part of my life to me.
Yeah, sorry, I probably won't be able to sight read the rhythm correctly, so Maybe we should look at that next week.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's one thing to just read the regular rhythms like mine. And then
but you have to also.
And then you look at your rhythms, and it's like, haha.
Oh,
except these ones are a bit better.
Yeah, these might be. Yeah,
these are
okay.
Normal.
So these are. They're written with the normal
current day
or like modern rhythmic values.
Rhythmic values. Yeah, which makes it even harder because for 2 hours you've been reading.
Yeah, I've been reading the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I must have. What was that other piece that we were talking about right just like a minute ago? Oh, I have timestamps still here.
Timestamps still, yeah.
Oh, it was Come Again. That was what it was.
Oh.
Which I must not have the. Oh, hold on. Is that it? Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Now that's super slow by comparison to what it actually is. It feels kind of unnecessary to like have a page turn there because the whole piece is 12 measures.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just so much text.
There's so much text, and it's like.
Yeah.
This page is 5 measures.
I wonder.
It's like.
If I could turn it into book style. There. But then it's super small. Yeah. Even smaller.
Well, I'm sure I'll probably have it actually memorized by the time we actually go to perform it.
Come again, sweet love doth now invite thy graces that refrain to do me do delight to see, to hear, to touch, to kiss, to die with thee again in sweetest sympathy. I'm confused by your rhythms
Sorry,
and your music. No, not even by your playing, but by this, for example, because it shows where there's no music.
Yeah.
It's writing out the rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a bit, and something that's kind of.
It's probably better than them having the dotted one. They're like, we don't want to do the dotted now. We're just gonna.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's still a dot in other spots, but those dots are not. They're syncopated already from weak beats. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So.
That's true. Yeah, and this is the.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure why that is. One thing I think is sometimes it means to repeat the chord.
Oh, where are you now? Oh, you're here?
Yeah, so like it would be basically like the previous chord would just get repeated.
So you mean that just this
basically,
last
yeah. So this
bum,
chord
bum.
would get repeated again.
So
there.
dum bum bum dum dum like or
Yeah, but I don't think it makes sense here to like replay the chord because like I'd be playing it basically when you're
with me. Yeah. This is one of those places
I feel like
again.
passing the rhythm back and
Yeah.
forth makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I feel like in the recordings I've heard, it sounds more like that.
Yeah.
Where it's more like, bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is we said we were going to finish, and now we started.
Oh, yeah, we're just like, oh, why don't we just look at another piece?
Just look at another piece. Ah, Thursday night. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So next week.
Next week.
Same time.
Next week, same time. Okay, so did we want to look at this as well? I don't know if that might be a lot to work on.
This one I already know from like when I was 10.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. So this is
right, so
as soon as you want to learn it, I'll be able to sing it, and then we can just play around.
Okay. All right.
And it's pretty easy considering it's 12 bars.
Yeah,
a million repeats. Although that could be seen as being difficult because it's 12 bars, a million repeats of different text, and there's such text hierarchy that you want to play with it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I shouldn't technically be playing any of these repeats the same.
Yes, either. So I'm cool with the Time Stand Still or Come Cheerful Day.
Or there was another one, was there?
Was there?
Come Again. Time Stand Still.
Come Cheerful Day.
Cheerful Day. I mean, those are... so we did... Excuse me with that. Yeah, okay. So why don't we do... okay, so we'll do Come Again. I think I could probably prepare this for next week as well.
12 bars? No. It's really 12 times. 12 times how many?
5, 6?
We're not there right now.
6 phrases.
6. Yes,
6 verses. 6 stanzas?
Who knows? Stanzas, verses, phrases. Repeats. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll do this one, and we could do either Time Stand Still, or what was the other one? Sorry, we just talked about it.
Either If My Complaints or Come Cheerful Day. Or no.
I mean, we'd already be doing those anyway, so I guess...
oh no, we already did If Complaints. Time Stand.
Okay, so...
I think we're tired.
I think so as well. I think we should call it there.
Yeah. And we will text about it and get it in writing.
Okay, sounds good. That way we'll remember.
That way we will remember.
Or we will both arrive here in rehearsal next week and be like, oh, we wrote down that we should have done that other thing and we forgot.
And, I practiced this, you practiced that, whoops, well.
Okay, I guess remember us.
50-50. Awesome. So that concludes our very first official live stream of the Rehearsal Insiders. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty cool.
I think so as well.
Yay.
All right.
And when I learn how to do Instagram reels and stories and posts, I will start posting about it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, with the link.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to start spreading the word as well. So I guess in a way it's as if we've done, I guess they would call that a soft launch.
This is a soft launch for sure.
This is a soft launch in that we're doing it and we're going to be telling people about it this week.
As we do it.
Yeah.
And more as we go. Mm-hmm. So, see you around, folks. Right. Ciao.